Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Not much, Gus. What's up with you?
Oh, not much. Unfortunately, our guest today is sick. She will be back with us at some point.
Hopefully she gets well soon.
Yeah, but we're going back to our beginnings, my friend.
Back to our roots, as it were.
3 months ago, we started a podcast where we were like, let's just talk shit.
And here we are back with shit.
Yeah, we're bringing you some shit today. Excellent topic, dog's choice today. We're going to do, because Canada Day is on Friday, we're going to do the top Canadian bands.
And then we're going to talk about how we disagree with that.
For sure.
We talked about this earlier. We're not sure how these sites come up with their 20, 50, 15 or whatever. We're not sure exactly how that works. I'm unhappy with pretty much all the choices.
Well,
but that's just me.
I'm not shocked.
Well, yeah, you're not shocked.
No, I'm not. I mean, it's a subjective thing for us.
Yes, it is. It's very subjective, and I'm not, like, again, we're not sure how they chose and put these bands on there, but again, there's a couple that I'm like kind of scratching my head about, and others I'm like duly noted and duly they deserve to be there.
For sure.
All right, do you want to start with our number 20, Mr. Gus?
I can't believe they're number 20. But it's Blue Rodeo.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
You know, I love Blue Rodeo. You love Blue Rodeo.
I do.
You saw them recently, actually.
I did.
I've seen them many times.
They're amazing.
But, you know, they've won 12 Junos.
Yeah, and they're number 20.
Yeah. I mean, I would be interested to know why they're kind of up there on that list, and it's tough for me because I find them so Canadiana. They're like the epitome of a Canadian band. Really.
Absolutely are.
You know, and some of their songwriting is just phenomenal.
Oh, if I was to go out there on a limb, and people can tell me I'm an idiot if they want, but I would think that these two guys are our McCartney and Lennon.
It's a pretty good comparison. I mean,
I think so. Some of the stuff they've written is amazing. Some of the really good tunes that they've come out with and stuff. So that's what I'm going to go with. And they're nice guys because I met them.
I've met them. I met Jim Cuddy.
I met Cuddy
and Amanda told us that he's a really nice guy too. Very competitive, apparently.
Yes, and into hockey.
In hockey, yeah. But apparently hasn't hit me yet is about mushrooms. Did you know that?
Is that right?
It makes sense.
I did not know that.
Have you taken mushrooms?
No.
Okay, well, I have.
Yeah,
and they're a blast. But but what it means is like I guess because you wait for the mushrooms to kick in, it's a constant thing. Anybody that you've ever talked to that's taken boomers before has basically said we've all sat around and we waited for them to. Has it hit you yet? No, it hasn't hit me yet.
Okay, you guys can be number 20 now because I'm shocked.
We should do a podcast on mushrooms.
That's shocking. No, we shouldn't.
We'd be here for 4 or 5 hours, man.
We'll think we're doing the best job ever, and it turns out like shite.
Oh, it would be just magic. It'd be like our own
magic mushrooms.
Our own Andy Warhol.
There you go.
You go. Oh yes, you most definitely. Get
that. Let me just turn the page here.
Yeah.
Is the video going? Because
I'm gonna make.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, I'm used. I'm really used to this. People who have been following us, people who've known me my whole life, know that my favorite band, Canadian band, is April Wine.
I think it's your favorite band.
It's my favorite band, but it's also like I've got a few that are up there. But I grew up with April Wine. They saved me from the Bay City Rollers, so I own that.
Well, fair enough. I mean, but I like April Wine, man. I always tease you about them, but I really like them.
Yeah, and I just don't understand why they don't get more love than number 19. Well,
and same thing. Son of a Gypsy Queen.
Yeah,
that's one of my faves.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a great one. They're all, but they just got so many hits, and I just don't understand why they're so like. Even the other list that we looked at, they're low in that list too, or high, or which way you want to go. But some of these bands that were ahead of them, I was like, no, I don't think that's right. But that's me. That's my personal opinion because I love this band. Anyway,
I don't know. It's there. You know, I look at the other bands that are ahead. Like the next one is, to me, I like this band, but they're certainly not better than April Wine.
And I agree.
And it's the Odds.
Yeah.
And I love the Odds because Eat My Brain is a great tune.
Certainly is.
Yeah. A Heterosexual Man.
Oh, that's such a great tune.
Yeah. I like such a great all those tunes. But to be honest, I mean, to put the Odds ahead of April Wine is crazy to me.
I'm at odds.
You're at odds with that?
I'm at odds with that.
That makes sense.
I had to make that joke. Sorry.
Heterosexual man.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Well done.
I'm never going to sing again.
Make promises like that. Voivod?
I'm not
Seriously?
Sure. I'm not sure what the fuck they're doing there, but
I don't even know why they cracked the top 20, to be honest.
I think it's Voivod.
Voivod?
It's a French band.
Oui, c'est ça. But I'm English, so I will say
Quebec
Voivod.
thrash metal icons. They're thrash metal icons. They're for those of you listening outside of Canada, that's a Quebec accent.
Yeah, and we just alienated half our
Actually, outside of Ottawa or Quebec.
That's outside of
Toronto. Hey, Toronto. That's a Quebec accent.
Hey, Toronto. That's an accent.
Yeah. I'll be interested. Maybe I'll listen to some Voivod.
I have listened to some of their stuff.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm well read.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I'm sorry. They're a talented band, sure, and they're Canadian, great. But top 20? No, I could think of about 10 other bands I put ahead of these guys.
Well,
that aren't on the list.
And I'll go next because this is the band.
Which band?
The band.
Which band?
Like the band formed in Toronto. The band are one of the seminal roots rock groups of the 1960s and 70s. I still listen to The Last Waltz. My mom got it for me on vinyl.
Right.
Shout out to Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She got it for me on vinyl. I've watched the video a bunch of times too.
Yep, I have the video.
It's amazing.
Of course it is. And
Amazing.
singer-songwriters and just and they're just
How is the band
that high on the list?
Yeah.
I don't
Or
know.
low,
The other list, they're number 2.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pull that up after.
Yeah.
Because we can blast through this.
Yeah, for sure. So the next band up after, that's before the band, which is kind of like they're a great band, but July Talk.
I love July Talk, but
me too.
again, you know, they're it's hard to say because July Talk is a very good band, but again, like look at the company they're in, and they're that far ahead of Blue Rodeo. I like July Talk. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that, and I don't think any of these bands are bad.
No,
it's just
that's not the point.
Yeah,
exactly. And I don't, like we've said before, we don't know how they rated these bands, and it's perplexing to us. And I use that big word, perplexing.
Say it again.
Perplexing.
It is perplexing.
It is very, very perplexing.
We're having a silly day here, guys.
We are.
You got no guests, so we're not that serious.
Yeah, and I'm not.
No, we're never actually that serious when we
No,
guess.
I'm glad I'm feeling a little better. Anyway.
You look better.
Thanks. Then what?
Do I get the next one?
Sure.
Because I love BTO.
Take them away, buddy.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
You got it.
I like.
TCB, baby.
Yeah, how can you not? Or Let It Ride.
Yep.
Or Hey You.
Hey You. You ain't seen nothing yet. They had a bunch of hits. I think they should be a little bit higher in the list myself.
Yeah.
Number 14.
Yeah, and I mean, that was sort of when Randy Bachman left the Guess Who and went to this band, formed this band.
Yep.
And it's a pretty good band.
It's a very good band.
Yeah.
And it's Canadian, and we're very proud of them. And again, I feel, I'm not speaking for Gus, but I feel they should be higher in the list.
Yeah, I guess we got to wait and see how far down the list we go and see who.
Seriously.
Maybe we should rearrange it after.
I think we should just do our own list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right, because then you know where I'm going to put I'm going to put April Wine near the top.
Yeah, but
it won't be number 1.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I got to be fair.
Fair enough.
Coming in at number 13, counting down, is Loverboy. Calgary.
Turn me loose.
Right after he said he wasn't going to sing anymore.
I didn't.
Lies.
I just spoke loudly.
Lies.
Yeah, I like Loverboy.
I've seen them live. They're a fun band.
Yeah.
And like Mike Reno has got the pipes, man. Who was it? There was somebody who complimented him. Oh, it was Ronnie James Dio. They were talking about who's your favorite singer, rock singer, and he mentioned Mike Reno. He said he's got an amazing range and his control of his vocals. Dio was like, I love him.
Yeah.
So high praise from an amazing rock guy, Ronnie James Dio, for Mike Reno.
Yeah, I mean it's I really like the commercial that they do the video, and he's like this guy that's now, but he's still drives like a Trans Am and has plays that tape, and it's just Turn Me Loose all the time. Like, solid.
I think they're the ones that introduced leather to the 80s. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're all dressed in leather at one point.
Well, more than even Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he was wearing leather.
Yeah,
red leather,
and
then black.
You want to do this one?
I don't even know who they are.
Mariana's Trench.
No.
They're a good band. They're up there like with Arcade Fire and stuff like that. They're very good.
Well, they're up there with Arcade Fire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they're in the same. Okay, let's say that they're in the same kind of area code. Let's say that. But better than these other bands, like The Band and I.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
enough said.
I like that. Oh, I got this one.
You got this
because I was surprised. I actually didn't know that they were Canadian. It's Rough Trade. Because I absolutely love that. They're like a synth rock kind of cool band.
Yep, and they're from Toronto.
And then High School Confidential, like that tune.
That song was so controversial at the time.
Was it? Yeah.
Some of the lyrics in that song.
Oh, yeah, because he's talking about a principal or she. Yeah.
Carol Pope.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, she's talking about being attracted to another woman and getting very sexually aroused and talking about it in the song. And it was very like the 80s didn't talk about stuff like that. At some points they did, but she was very very outspoken about that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I think the 80s was when the homosexuality was more accepted. There was still a pushback, of course.
Yep.
I mean, there still is. I mean, for crying out loud.
And there shouldn't.
But no, of course not. But that's cool. That's pretty. She's Canadian, and she was kind of
pushing the envelope, baby.
Yeah.
I
like that. I'll listen to that song on the way out of here. Actually,
nice.
I love that song.
Nice. These guys, the Bare Naked Ladies. Again, I love the band. I don't think they're number 10.
They're not better than the band.
Or
they're not better than Blue Rodeo.
They're not better than April Wine.
No.
Sorry, guys.
No, and they're talented. And
they're very talented.
They're great songwriters. And they know how to write a pop hit.
They do.
Like that.
They absolutely do. Yeah.
I like Lovers in a Dangerous Time.
That's such a great
But that's
version.
a Bruce Cockburn song.
It is a Bruce Cockburn song.
Who's not on the list?
Who's not in the top 20.
In my mind, he is.
No, but he should be. But he's not on this list because this is more groups than individuals.
Good point. Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
Okay, so this one I believe should be on here. Maybe not number 9, but Arcade Fire.
I think they're actually they're low. They should be up higher.
Yeah, you think they should be closer to number 1?
Yeah. I mean, they're super successful.
Yep.
And they sound amazing. And I love how they infiltrate a bit of French with the English,
right.
And it's like almost, and it's still acceptable. Like they're huge in the States, so like even to put from a Montreal band to do that, like
it's interesting.
I love Arcade Fire.
Yeah, I love them too, but
I get it. But it's to me, it's pretty. They're pretty damn good, man.
I don't know. And then this one, I don't get
the Arkells.
No,
I like the Arkells.
I don't dislike them.
They're pretty. They sell a lot of records.
Yeah. Maybe that's what this list is all about.
Yeah, I think it's part of it. Well, we'll talk about maybe after we do the 20, we'll do the criteria that we think it's coming out.
Well,
we can discuss that.
Sure. Yeah.
But I like the Arkells. They're from Hamilton. They've won 5 Junos.
Cool.
I think.
It just says
Juno winning
5-piece band.
Yeah, I saw the Arkells actually in Bob Cajun when I went and saw the Hip there.
Okay.
Who might be on the list?
They could be.
Yeah.
I think this podcast will be over if they're not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the podcast.
James will flip a table or so.
No. Gordy taught me to be chill.
Oh, good for Gord. Well done.
What about Metric?
What about them?
I love Metric.
I'm okay with them.
She's like a wicked front person.
Yep.
She's like. Have you seen them live?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. They're just a blast, man.
Yeah.
And sort of synthy. I would still say they're probably one of Canada's coolest bands.
There you go.
Like just for, when we do posterity of coolness.
Of our charismatude.
Does
she have it?
Oh, she has.
In spades, she does.
Yeah. She's very sexy too. So it's like she'll have she'll be dressed sexy and has a great voice and has a great presence.
Nice.
It's similar to a male front person who is sexy also.
Mm-hmm.
I found, I'm definitely down with the Metric.
Sure. I've got a couple of their CDs at home.
Yeah, the CDs.
Not albums, no. not vinyl.
Oh man,
I should specify that.
I can't believe this fucking band is on here.
Okay, so we did a show, Haters Gonna Hate, and these guys are number 1 in the hated category, and yet they're number 6 in the top 20 Canadian bands, and I think it's going to go by sales. Record
Has
sales.
to be.
It has to be because these guys.
Nobody likes them,
but they've got talent. So, but people.
I like Nickelback at the beginning.
Yes.
Anymore, but then
but the thing is, somebody's buying their their albums and CDs or whatever because they're selling.
Yeah, it's true.
So there's some people out there that like them.
But like when we talked about in the episode was, to be hated, you have to be loved also.
Yep.
And they have a huge following.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. Next band, St. John's, Newfoundland.
Yes, guy.
Great Big Sea.
Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised that these guys weren't on the other list.
Of the hated list?
No. The one that I looked up first.
You're
the one
pull
that
it up later?
Yeah, the one I'm going to pull up after. They're not even on it.
Yeah.
And there's 35 bands. And there's some bands I've never even heard of on the list. And these guys are not on it.
I like Great Big Sea.
They're amazing.
Yeah. They are very good.
Like, I'm sorry, they're upbeat, they're fun, they're
very Canadiana too,
very,
because
very East Coast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because when you think Canada, everybody thinks like Drake.
Yeah.
But again, the Canada, like true Canada, St. John's,
Mm-hmm.
that's the music that comes from there, really.
Yep.
Yep.
Them.
And I like it.
Yep,
I like St.
absolutely.
Yeah. I like this band also,
I saw these guys live just a little while ago. Phenomenal.
but not number 4.
Not number 4, no. They should be top 20, but not ahead of the band. For sure. If I'm going to go back to any of those other bands,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Billy Talent, a lot of talent in that band, an amazing live show. But
I like Billy Talent also, but not enough to go see them. I would see them, like if we get like and you and I are talking about it. Like you want to go to a show, let's go. We're going tomorrow night, actually.
Yes, we are.
Going to see Eric Church.
Yeah, he's not Canadian.
No, but
we love him.
I'm stoked to see him though.
It's gonna be fun.
But again, like I like a lot of Billy Talent's sort of music, but again, like I no, they're not on the top.
Well,
they're not in the top 5. Come on,
fair enough. I mean, that's just
somebody might say they are.
And it's all subjective, like we said earlier, right?
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, I would put April Wine a lot further down the list than number 19.
Would you do the next band?
I would Guess Who.
The Guess Who, yes.
And I feel that these guys are at least top 5.
For sure. I think they're in the right spot.
Yep. I think that's where they
3
belong.
or 4 is like pretty close.
Absolutely.
The reason being is I love Clap for the Wolfman, like they
tune.
with the Wolfman Jack homage there.
Yep.
And then American Woman. I mean,
American Woman, Laughing, all the other stuff that they did. Yeah, they're great, and they deserve to be right where they are.
I agree.
Yep.
Number 2.
Dun, 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 dun. Guess who gets to do number 2?
Well, come on.
You.
So I've seen this band 40 times.
40?
I think so. I think 38 or 39 times.
I'll round it up to 41 with my 2 times.
Fair enough. Yeah. So it's the Hip. It's Tragically Hip. It's sort of, I don't know how this, like number 2, they're either 2 or 1, and it's not because of just their album sales, it's their impact.
Yep.
They are Canada.
Yep.
And, I still put on the live album that they had, and him live, like Gord live, they'll never be the same band without him, of course.
No, never, ever, ever.
And they won't probably tour with him.
I honestly hope that they do not.
Johnny Faye has a band called the Strippers.
Okay.
They're pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
But the Tragically Hip, I mean, they're number 2 or they're number 1. To me, they're number 1.
Yeah.
Because the next band isn't number 1 to me.
No, and
but it is to a lot of people.
Yeah. And my uncle is one of them, and it's Rush.
Yeah, Rush.
And you can't say enough good things about this band.
I say a lot of great things about the band. Rush, I just can't stand his voice.
And
it's tough.
And that's hard to get around, right?
Of course.
I mean, when unless you're listening to acoustic.
Sound-wise,
yeah,
there's nobody better.
Well, sound-wise,
in Canada.
Like ability, like just drummer, guitar player, bass player. Amazing talents, all 3. And Geddy also plays keyboards, and it's just all this stuff coming in. It's 3 guys. And the one comment I've heard about it a lot from people who don't know Rush, and they listen, they go, that's 3 guys?
Yeah.
That when you're listening to that, like that's
Neil
3.
Peart is
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, he's number 1 and number 2 with Bonham, right? In the drummers of whatever.
No doubt.
And no Doubt's not in this.
No, they're from California, but
yeah.
but no doubt that you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. And we could, like I said, this is subjective, so we could agree to disagree on this. But if we were to change it, you would put the Hip first, right?
I would, and then I going through the list, like I would probably put the band at number 2.
Yep.
And then I would probably I would put number 3. I think the Guess Who stays right where they are.
Sure.
But then Blue Rodeo.
Yep.
And then April Wine.
I would put April Wine in the top 10. But I would, yeah.
You don't think top 5?
It depends what the criteria is. Like if we're talking about hits, like songs that have that are hits for them, then they would be lower on the list because they've got plenty.
Yeah, they do.
They've got a lot more than some of these bands. You know what I mean?
Hits is one thing, but I think they put out good albums too.
Yes, yeah.
Arcade Fire is right there too, dude.
But yeah, they're like, but it's
like some of their albums are just off the
but some
charts.
of these,
nothing's the same.
Some of the critics are just like, they're so snobby, right? They're music snobs. So if you've got and acclaimed albums like Arcade Fire, like you said, every album's different. But April Wine, you listen to their albums, they're straight ahead rock and roll. That's all. They're not trying to be anybody but who they are. And they're not changing the genre. They're not hey, this works for us, guys. 3 guitars, drummer, and a bass player. This is what we're doing.
Yep.
And they got kind of locked into that whole power ballad thing for a little bit. But if you go back to their older stuff, they rock. Like I saw them the other day, last week, and they still have the rock songs, right? They still got their very, very high voltage, high energy rock songs. And I would put them maybe number 5. I would not to make you feel good about life, but I think I would probably put the Hip as just for impact. I would put them number 1.
I think so.
And then I would put the band number 2 because of their influences are just like we could talk all day about their influences on music in general.
Yeah.
And then 3, I would put Rush. And I would bump the Guess Who to number 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what
then
about Ronnie Hawkins, man?
He's American.
I know,
but I would put him
he has a lot
honorable
of impact
mention
on Canadian stuff.
Honorable mention
Doesn't
on
he
the
love
list.
Canada? He's from Canada.
He's not
or
from
not
Canada.
from.
He loved Canada so much he moved here to live here.
Lived here.
To lived here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the band.
Passed away. He recently,
he just passed away a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But the band used to be called the Hawks because they were his backing band.
I know that's when he showed up on The Last Waltz.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. But again, it's all subjective. Like there's some bands that are not even mentioned in the top 20 on this list. And now a word from our sponsor.
We are currently recording Dawg and Gus in the podcast booth at Staples Studio, Ottawa, on 403 Bank Street, where they have everything to help your business work, learn, and grow. They are currently offering a clean and safe place to work with desks, offices, and drop-in memberships. More than a co-working space, Studio is a community to help you work, learn, and grow. For more information on pricing, please visit studio.stables.ca or contact the community manager at studio.ottawa@staples.ca.
All right, so we're going to do a little comparison because we had one list that Gus came up with, and I found another list. And we're just going to go quickly through the top 20 on the other list, if that's all right.
Yeah.
When you start with 20.
I want you to do them, and then I'll sort of chime in.
Okay, I'll start with number 20, and I'll go down.
Sounds great.
Alexis on Fire.
I like them.
Yeah.
Dallas Green's amazing too.
Yeah.
But a little bit, some people won't like them that much because they're pretty heavy duty.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Because it's all about personal preference. I like heavy duty. So do you.
Yeah.
Like I can get into it's like, oh man, this is what I need to listen to today. And it just turn it up and just forget about everything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Finger 11 kind of falls into the same category.
I don't like them.
Oh?
I'm just kidding. just because we talked about it, it's like, how are they on this list? I
don't know how they cracked the top 20.
I like Finger 11 a little.
Yeah.
But,
they're a good band. That one album of theirs is really good with One Thing and Paralyzer.
Paralyzer's a great tune.
But One Thing is such another good song from that same album.
Yeah.
Lover Boy.
Lover Boy.
I'll be your lover boy. All right.
Well, we already talked about them.
Yes, we did.
But they're they shouldn't, 18? 18?
18.
Yeah, that's not
bad.
That's not a bad spot.
April Wine, number 17.
So I think that's
a little bit too far down on the list.
Yeah,
but we already discussed that.
Yeah.
BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive.
That's pretty low for
number
them,
number 16. Number 15, the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, well, they're going to be on every list.
Yep.
They have sold a lot of albums.
Yeah, and very popular and a lot of fun to see in concert, right? Metric, your band Metric comes in at 14. And then there's this one, Death from Above. Apparently they're a hardcore band. I've never heard of them.
They're pretty heavy duty stuff. Really hardcore.
Yeah. So they're number 13. Number 12, Broken Social Scene.
I love Broken Social Scene.
I'm a fan, but not a huge fan. They wouldn't make my top 20, but they would be.
I say I love a lot of, but I do like a lot of music. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Blue Rodeo doesn't crack the top 10.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, Spindipity. We just said that. It's stupid.
I don't think it matters. This is simply our opinion.
Oh, it matters.
You better keep it down, Spindipity.
Yeah, don't you get uppity with us, Spindipity. Sum 41 at number 10. Really? Ahead of...
Although, a good band.
Yes, I'm not saying that they're not a good band.
I'm not a big fan.
But I'm not saying that they're good enough to be ahead of some of these other bands.
For sure.
3 Days Grace.
Pretty good band.
Pretty good band. But do they deserve to be ahead of some of these other bands?
I don't know. I don't think... Well, definitely not of April Wine or Loverboy, but I don't know. Maybe I think Loverboy's in the right spot, actually.
Yeah. Well, they're close. That should be around that. Now, the next one shouldn't even be on here at all because they're not Canadian.
Who is it?
Heart. They're not Canadian. I repeat, they are not Canadian.
What is the Canadian influence? Like, where did
they
Heart is not Canadian.
They recorded all their stuff in Vancouver.
Okay.
So people got confused. I think they're from Seattle, which is just below the border, right? So it could be confused, or maybe there's a Canadian member of the band. I don't know. I didn't research that much, but Ann and Nancy Wilson are not Canadian.
To be honest, if they were Canadian, they would be in the top 2.
Yeah, they'd be right up there for sure.
I mean, they're sick.
Yep.
They're so good.
Uh-huh.
But, I don't know.
And then number 7, our friends, Nickelback.
Why do they keep showing up, man?
I don't know, man. People love to hate them.
I love to hate them, too.
Yep, yeah, we all do. But you know what? I do love some of their stuff. I'm not ashamed to say it. Some of their stuff is
Photograph's
great.
a good song.
I'm more of like the rockier stuff. Like Photograph's a great song, but it was just overplayed.
What song did they do by Elton? They did Saturday Night, didn't they?
Yeah, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Yeah. That's a great version.
I agree.
They do a very good version of that.
Yep.
Arcade Fire, your pals, Arcade Fire. And I think that they should be in the top 10.
For sure.
Yeah.
By far. A top 5.
These guys, I don't understand. Saga.
Yeah.
Now, I think they should be right around where April Wine and Loverboy are. They should be in the same kind of 17th to 25th. I'm thinking.
I'll be honest. I don't think I really know a lot of Saga songs.
Oh, Wind Me Up is a great tune.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh yeah, they got some great stuff.
I'll have to listen to it after.
Yeah, I mean, to put them in the top 5.
Yeah,
like
seems
right after The Hip. No.
Ooh.
Not sorry. 4. Number 4. The Hip.
Fuck. Really?
Yep.
How?
I don't know. Like so I don't know. I don't know.
So Rush is probably in there.
Yep. I don't know Spindipity's. I don't know Spindipity's criteria for this.
The band will be in there.
Number 3, the Guess Who.
Yeah, makes sense.
Number 2, the band.
Yeah.
So we talked about this. We kind of like replaced them and did our own little top 5, and then Rush was number 1.
So Rush is number 1 on both lists?
Yeah, both lists. So I'm not sure if, like, I know that Shay a long time ago did a whole, okay, what's your favorite band? And I think Rush is definitely going to be top 5. Doesn't matter what kind of list you have.
I don't disagree that they shouldn't be in the top 5. I mean, I think Rush's impact, people talk about Rush. There's people that are musicians now that are talking about Rush.
Yes.
So there's obviously an appetite for them. Like, there's a ton of people that enjoy them. So I don't know. Just for me, that's just not for me.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like
I do love some of like Tom Sawyer is a fucking awesome song.
Yeah, and I mean XYZ is a great tune. Like
yeah, they have great tunes.
Subdivision's another great song. They got so much stuff, right? And Geddy's voice can be hard to listen to, but I don't know. The musicianship of that band is just like it's top notch, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like when you talk. The top, if you go to, maybe we should check a list to see who the top 5 bassists of all time are, or the top 5. I don't think that our friend's going to make the top 5 guitarists of all time.
No.
But bassist, Geddy might be there. He might be in the top 10.
Well, there's a couple guys that come to mind right away. Flea is one.
Flea, absolutely.
And the guy that was with, I don't know, he sang like Brenda's Big Brown Beaver or something. I forget that band.
I don't know.
We'll have to look it up.
And then there's the 80s band Level 42. That the lead singer of that band plays bass, and he's actually pretty good too.
No doubt.
So, but there's a whole bunch. Like I'm not really proficient on bass players, but there's a lot of really good bass players out there too.
Oh yeah.
So, but Geddy does it all, right? He does the keyboards, he plays bass. I mean, it's the complete band.
I agree. Listen, I'm not saying it's just for me.
I know
it's subjective,
and that's fine.
I don't disagree that they're a good band.
Nope.
But I won't sit there and listen to a lot of Rush.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So what's criteria you think based on?
I'm going to go with, because Nickelback's in there, I'm going to go with sales is going to be a huge criteria for these lists.
Yeah, I think the second list not so much because
No.
although Rush has sold a lot of albums, and
Yeah.
so has the Guess Who, and so has the band, but so has the Hip.
Yeah.
But as you know, based on the first list for sure, I think that you look at the numbers. I don't think Blue Rodeo sold a lot of albums.
Yep.
Like, so I don't know. It to me, there's got to be three things. Like let's think of the three things. I think the three things are album sales.
Mm-hmm.
Impact is one thing for
Yep.
me, I think. And then what do you think is another part of it?
Well, just like the songs themselves, right? Like just the likability and the listenability about the songs. Like the Hip have some amazing songs about Canada, right? Like it's just to listen to Bob Cajun or to listen to other of their songs. It's amazing.
Thompson Girl is fucking awesome. You got to listen to that song, Thompson Girl.
But you've got like just the songwriting is got to be a huge factor. So the band should be in the top 5 just for that alone.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, just some of the stuff that they did and just the influence they had, not just in Canada, but in the States and all over. Like the people, the band, I mean, we talked about The Last Waltz. People still watch that thing. People still talk about it. And the amazing artists that came on to be on that show. Yeah, hey, guys, you're doing this? Hey, I want to be there.
Yeah.
That shows volumes.
Sure does. That's a great point. Like they're all respected artists.
Exactly.
Right?
When you get this amazing talent, Robbie Robertson and the rest of the guy, like even on his own, was prolific.
I like Robbie Robertson.
Yeah, he's amazing. And Rush, the same thing, right? They get a lot of kudos from different bands. Like, drummers love Neil Peart.
Oh, yeah.
Like drummers.
But even when you listen to Nine Inch Nails, like they talk about how Rush was a huge influence.
There you go. And maybe maybe that should be one of the reasons why they're top 5.
That's Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Even certainly like I think Canadian bands, maybe nobody looks like a lot of people look up to the Hip, but a lot of people kind of like even when we talked about with Trevor last week, he's like the Hip's a great band, but they're better bands. They just don't get as noticed, That's the thing, and I've talked about that. You know how I feel about Canadian bands. We've got so many good Canadian bands that just kind of went under the radar, like over the years. Yes, we have our April Wine, we have our Rush, we've got our Triumph, which is an overlooked band. Yep.
But then we got like Streetheart, Prism, Chilliwack. These are all good bands.
Good
Lighthouse,
call. Ken Wong, shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Kenny. Lighthouse, like all these great bands that came out of Canada. Like even
Rusty,
some fun bands like Dawg and the Slugs.
Rusty's not a big band, but
I know Rusty.
Yeah, I love Rusty.
But Dawg and the Slugs,
were
a lot of fun to listen to.
Great name too.
Doug Bennett was like incredible. I mean, the Northern Pikes.
Who's the greatest? Who's the best Canadian country artist?
Ooh, well, if we're gonna go country, you have to mention her, right? Shania. If I'm gonna go country,
Shania for sure.
She's up there. If I'm going to go country artist, the Canadian country artist, I'm going Gordon Lightfoot.
Is he country? I thought he'd be folk.
I consider him to be country folk.
Folk is the same.
Yeah.
Somebody we didn't talk about is Gordon Lightfoot.
Exactly.
And we actually talked to a gentleman outside who had no idea I was going to ask him questions, but you know me, I basically chat with everybody. So I talked to this guy who's he was a teacher and he
taught Miles Goodwin's daughter.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. And that's April Wine, by the way, anybody that doesn't know.
If you don't know, stop listening to our show.
But I asked him, and he said Gordon Lightfoot was his favorite artist.
We said Michael Bublé first, and then he said no.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about Michael Bublé.
Oh, sorry.
I drink his soda waters.
Oh, yeah? Do you like them?
No.
Sorry,
Just kidding.
Michael.
I love them.
I love your Tim Hortons commercials, though. You're awesome.
But Bublé's got his own talents for sure.
Absolutely.
But no, Gordon Lightfoot, like some of his music, I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
I like, Sundown. I was talking about that song. Edmund Fitzgerald, of course.
That's a go-to, right?
Black Day in July.
Black Day in July.
The Tragically Hip do a version of that.
Yes, they do.
It's phenomenal.
The Headstones do a version of.
Fuck the Headstones. We haven't talked about the Headstones, man.
Oh no!
Oh, I love the Headstones.
They do a version of the record of Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Headstone song?
That one.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yep, it's a pretty good version. I like them. Sweeter and the Monkey Man's good too.
Fucking right, it is.
Yeah.
I was just going to jump in there.
It's right up there.
Yeah, you want to get fired up? That's the song.
And you know who we didn't say? Who's another big country guy? Stompin' Tom.
Stomp It. Yeah, and he is so Canadian. There's nobody else.
He's the poster boy for Canadiana.
Well, he's like hockey song, and he's got,
I learned my
ketchup loves potatoes.
No, but I learned my capitals of my provinces from Stompin' Tom Connors.
Yeah.
With his capital song.
I love the song Tilsonburg.
Oh, my dad loved that song.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that.
You know who we should get on here? God, we will. I'll get it. Lucky Ron. Do you know who Lucky Ron is?
Oh, I know who Lucky Ron is. He's awesome.
He plays Tilsonburg.
I know he does.
Because it's a cigarette song. So if anybody that's from Ottawa knows the Shadow Lafayette, and he plays there every Saturday and has for 30 years. He even ran for mayor once, I think. But basically, yeah, that would have been nice. Just play music and smoke cigarettes and drink whiskey outside. So the thing with him was that he plays like a bunch of songs, obviously, and it's always the same set.
Yep.
And the third song is Tilsonburg. And people just throw cigarettes at him.
Wait for it. My back still aches when I hear those words.
Yeah,
my dad did that. He worked in Tilsonburg.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, when he was young.
I've been to Tilsonburg, actually.
He's very young.
I had a friend in college that was from there, and I visited there. Not much to do.
No, but except pick tobacco, apparently.
Yeah, pick tobacco, go to the one bar there.
There you go. But yeah, he's definitely a Canadian icon. Lightfoot the same.
And you know who else we haven't talked about?
Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie's one, sure.
Yeah. Who else?
Neil Young.
Oh, him. Yeah, he's okay, I guess.
Neil Young.
He's okay. He didn't make the top 20 with Crazy Horse. You think that would be a top 20 Canadian band of all times?
You would think.
It should be.
But maybe because he's just more prolific as a solo artist.
I'm waving a list that Gus wrote up of the top 50 albums.
Yeah.
Canadian, and Neil Young dominates.
Yeah, he does.
This list.
He's number one in one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe we could poke through we'll do the top 20.
Okay. You want to start at 20?
Yeah, please.
Alrighty. Oh, we're going to start with your. Oh no, we're not. I thought it said arcade, but it's
okay.
Actually,
Top 21.
No. Yeah, actually, you know what? You want to go to the top 21.
Yeah.
Day for Night by the Tragically Hip.
Is number what an 21. Absolute gem of an album.
A gem of a band.
Do you know what on that album? Do you know the album well?
Yeah.
So Grace 2.
Yeah, Grace 2. Yeah, I had the album.
Okay. Locked in the Trunk of a Car.
Yep.
That might be actually on Fully Completely. No, I think it is on Day for Night.
I think it's on Day for Night.
What is the other? Yawning and Snarling. That's a cool song. Go on.
Acadie, Daniel Lamois.
Oh, c'est beau.
C'est beau ça, oui.
J'aime l'Acadie.
Acadie.
Les Acadiens.
Yeah, bien. And an amazing producer as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like U2, I can't remember other.
Wow.
Bands. He did
Jack Nunes would probably know that one, eh?
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
He's a very smart man. Whale Music by the Rio Statics.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Another good Canadian band, Rio Statics.
Joni Mitchell comes in at number 18 with Court and Spark.
Don't know that one.
Rush comes in with 2112 at number 17.
Pretty good album.
Oh, Dave Grohl, ask him about that. Changed his freaking life.
Oh, really, eh?
Yep. He cites that as one of the albums that changed his life.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, see, again, they have impact, man.
Yeah.
They have reach.
Well,
and
I mean,
it's hard.
Grohl and Hawkins inducted them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Everyone knows This Is Nowhere. Neil Young with Crazy Horse, number 16.
Yeah, that's a good album.
And then we go back to that terribly okay band that you love, Up to Here with the Tragically Hip, number 15.
Very good album.
Yep. Then a band that
Up to Here is that's New Orleans is Sinking.
Yep. Those okay songs that they had.
Yeah, that's not their deepest album, but it's certainly a good one.
No, it's certainly radio friendly, that one.
Get you going, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a band that I was unsure that they were Canadian, but when we talked to Nick, Sloan.
Yeah, Sloan is a great.
Twice Removed.
Yeah, that's their big album.
Yeah.
It was a good one, too. Sloan is definitely in the top 30.
I agree.
Yeah.
I humbly agree with that, if my opinion means anything.
On our show, it means as 50% as much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. 5 days in July.
5 days in July.
Yeah. The Blue Rodeo.
Well, yeah.
Yep. That's what it says.
Yeah.
And number 12, we got this guy, Brian Adams with Reckless, which is an amazing album.
It is a very good album.
Yeah. And then we got number 11, Songs of Leonard Cohen.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Leonard Cohen.
But he's not a group. He's an individual.
Okay. He has band members.
Yes, but it's not the Leonard Cohen band.
Sure, it's just Leonard.
Yeah. American Woman, The Guess Who, number 10.
Yeah.
Moving Pictures, Rush, Number 9.
Wow, Rush again, eh?
Uh-huh. Here's your fave, Funeral, Arcade Fire.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal album.
Agreed. Number 7, The Band. The Band.
The Band the Band?
The Band. Their self-titled album, 1969.
That's such a cool name, too, that they call themselves just The Band.
The Band.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie Hawkins, what's your band's name? The Band.
Yeah.
Number 6, Jagged Little Pill.
Of course.
Alanis Morissette.
Only sold like the most for a female artist.
A billion copies.
Yeah, and even like Amanda was talking about how she loves her. Right?
That was her.
Yeah.
That was her.
That was the album. That was the impactful album for her.
Yeah. The Tragically Hip again, fully, completely.
Just the best album.
Yep.
Agreed. Yeah, that's their best album.
Yeah,
I think.
And you're the big Hip fan of the two of us. I like them. You love them.
Yeah, I do.
So you would know. Music from Big Pink, the band again.
We the band.
We the band.
Yeah.
After the Gold Rush, Neil Young.
Of course.
Amazing album.
Is that number 3?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Blue, Joni Mitchell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Joni's great though.
Joni is good. You know who had a big crush on Joni Mitchell?
As you should.
Prince.
Loved
Joni Mitchell.
Well, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Prince is the coolest dude ever.
Oh, man, he certainly is. And I think because she's such a prolific songwriter.
Who we were supposed to interview today reminds me a lot of Prince. I'll tell her.
Her vocal range is incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to her.
Oh.
We're going to get her in next week, I think.
Yeah. I was reading her bio, and
it's Rebecca Noel, by the way.
And a couple of people that she mentioned, like that she's done work with, I kind of had to look up, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like just these people that I'd never heard of. I got to look those up, of course.
Yeah.
And they're so good. Anyway, and then number 1, Mr. Neil Young again with Harvest.
That's a phenomenal album.
Yes, it is, and that's why it's number 1.
Is that Harvest Moon? And
yeah, and I can't remember any of the songs off it, but it's a very good. I actually own the album.
Harvest Moon's the one. There's a bunch of good songs on that album.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir. Agreed, and more. Neil Young is a treasure, and they kind of called him the grandfather of grunge.
Makes sense.
Just the way
You remember how high he was when he got on the band's like the last waltz? He is fucking.
He's baked.
Baked, bro.
I think most of them were, right.
Well, it makes sense. Yeah, because Neil Diamond's wearing like rose-colored glasses.
Yeah,
and he's like,
okay,
dry your eyes.
Okay, boys, we're gonna do this thing with the band.
But it's the 70s, man. Everybody was high.
But first of all, you got to get high.
Yeah, and Hawk was right in there.
Oh my God, yeah, he was right in the forefront.
Look, I'll get high, but I got to go first on the stage.
Because I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm old.
Damn it. He
was old then.
He was old then, and then he was old afterwards. Okay, so he was even more. Your mom just reacted to our story.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm just going to throw out a few bands. I already threw out a few bands that were not on the list. Street Heart Prism, Haywire. Remember Haywire?
Yeah.
Spirit of the West.
Spirit of the West.
Spirit of the West. Home for a Rest. Remember that tune?
Yeah.
Great big C-ish.
That is a very good tune.
It's a very good tune. They had some good stuff.
You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best.
Right. So keep singing then.
Why not?
Why not? It's our show. You do what you like. Fuck you. There's a couple of bands that lately I've been listening to that are awesome. And this one, they're called The Standstills. Check them out, man. They're amazing. And
Standstills?
The Standstills. Mother.
I like Mother.
Then, we got to throw Rebecca Noel out there because she's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to
and just keep up and coming. Of course, Amanda as well. Amanda Riom. Get her new album. Go out and buy it off of her website, like her.
Oh, by the way,
her record label
it came in, but they only sent me one, so I'll bring it to you.
What?
Yeah, that's okay. They'll give me another one.
All right. Monkey Junk, one of my favorite bands from Ottawa. Amazing band. All 3 talented individuals. Check them out.
Monkey Junk, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have Matt on the show at some point, the drummer from Monkey Junk. He's a really cool guy. Mecca of Stank, of course. We're hoping to hear big things from them because we love them. And Mark and the boys are amazing live.
For sure.
Digging Roots is a band that's on Amanda's label.
Oh, really?
And they're phenomenal. I've been listening to them lately. They're so good.
I'll check it out.
Definitely check them out. Digging Roots. The Wild is another fun band. That's it's just popped up on lists because, when you go to Spotify and they go, yeah, you should listen to these guys too. The Wild are a lot of fun. They're kind of like a hard rocking band. And, of course, a shout-out to another Kingston band, the Glorious Sons.
Solid band.
Yep, and they're coming back. They're coming back for...
Are they Blues Fest?
Blues Fest or Folk Fest. I think it's Folk Fest.
That's a pretty rocking band for the Folk Fest.
Right? It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's a few coming to the Folk Fest that I want to go see. And that's one of them.
Yeah, I like the Glorious Sons for sure.
Yep.
Any other Canadian bands I can think of right now?
For sure. Well, it's a good thing about Folk Fest is that they bring in a lot of Canadian talent.
Yeah.
On the 3 days or the 6 days that they're doing it, like 2 weekends. And it's like, yep, I like that. I like Tim Hicks, a good Canadian guy that's awesome. And I'd love to go see him.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a couple. There's one I definitely want to go see. And I can't remember the name. But it'll come to me.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless I look it up on my phone. What else you got there, Gus?
I don't know. Not much, really. I mean, I kind of enjoyed this. It was like, have you seen any? I like if we were to talk about maybe just one more thing about Canadian bands.
Sure.
Like there are so many talented artists in Canada. I was, because of this, obviously because of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a little bit more deep diving on stuff.
We have, absolutely.
And it's like there's a plethora.
Nice word.
Plethora.
I totally agree.
Do you think, does that word come from pleather? It's like,
I don't think so.
No.
But no, I agree totally with you. And it's just fun because like now when we talk to Rebecca Noel and you kind of go, okay, so what's her influences? So we kind of look up, she's in this band, she's in this. These guys are great, the Peptides. The Commotions that she's done work with, and another one.
You need to listen to that, people. That stuff is funky as all hell.
Yeah,
and her voice is unreal.
It's amazing. And Stella Sonic is another kind of like a new wave kind of like techno type thing that she does with another dude, and it's amazing too.
Yeah,
and it's just like she's so versatile, and I'm really excited to get her on to talk to her.
Yeah, me too. She feels better.
I mean, yeah, seriously, because Jason was speaking of very highly of her, and they all seem to know, and Mark loves her, and
Becky. They call her Becky, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't know her well enough yet to call her. We'll keep calling her Rebecca until we're allowed to call her Becky.
That's right.
Yeah. And then so that was fun. And then I kind of hold on, I got a little bit more. You want to hear a couple other ones that were on the list? Because we're killing time. The New Pornographers. Ever heard of them?
No.
Yeah, they're a Canadian band. They were on in the top 35. Ahead of like Streetheart and Prism and Chilliwack. Crap! Yeah, sorry, that was just out loud.
That doesn't make sense.
Simple Plan was another one.
Oh, God.
Annihilator. Heavy guys. Skinny Puppy.
Skinny Puppy?
Skinny Puppy. Silverstein. And the Odds and Billy Talent were on the other list, but they were 34 and 35.
What about Our Lady Peace?
Not even on any list.
I know.
And that's a shame because they're a good band too.
Steppenwolf.
She was a Steppenwolf. Boney M.
Cowboy Junkies.
Cowboy Junkies. The one Trinity Sessions there. I have that album. It's very melodic. They're amazing.
I like Cowboy Junkies.
Yeah.
Tegan and Sarah.
Tegan and Sarah, I don't know much about, but
you'd like them.
I think I would.
Brand Van 3000.
Yes, guy.
Men Without Hats.
We forgot all about them. Corey Hart. Well, he's not really a band.
No, but
Men Without Hats is awesome.
What about this?
Yes.
Crash Test Dummies. I love the Crash Test Dummies.
That very unique voice.
Yeah. Some fun stuff there, man.
We keep saying it. We'll keep saying it forever.
I'm so upset that I didn't. I'm so glad that I found it though before we finish. 5440.
Yeah.
I fucking love 5440.
Yeah, they're amazing too.
Ocean Pearl is like one of my favorite
songs. A good tune.
I know.
And then if you want to go into the country genre, we got the Roadhammers, which are amazing. Jason McCoy. Good.
The Roadhammers.
So good.
I know.
Love the Roadhammers.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
Big Sugar.
Mind blown. Another amazing talent.
Oh, Canadian. Dude, the guitarist, like the lead singer guitarist is...
And this is the thing. God. Like, it just blows my mind how some of these bands didn't... Like, explode onto like the international scene. I don't get it.
I agree. And another big band in the 90s was the Tea Party. Pretty good band, man.
You know what he sounds like? I'm not going to say it because he hates that being compared to Morrison.
He looks like him a bit too. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
But no, their stuff was, I love the Tea Party.
Yeah.
Honeymoon
Suite.
Honeymoon Suite. Yeah, got to love Honeymoon Suite. New Girl Now. Wave Babies. Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, I always said Teenage Head.
Yep.
Another good Canadian band.
Yeah. Troop.
I can't believe that Trooper's not on the list.
Yeah, exactly.
But just by
Max Webster.
Man, just by songs alone, Trooper should be in the top 15. Like,
you know who's a band that I really like? Danko Jones.
They're awesome. I love Danko Jones.
Canadian, man.
Yes.
Like, it's crazy. Like Finger 11.
Finger 11, Paralyzer.
You mentioned them. Sorry.
Yep. That's okay.
Yeah, Alexis on Fire. You mentioned Theory of a Dead Man.
Theory of a Dead, Nickelback.
Yeah, they're basically the same.
Yeah, but there's another band, too, that Kroger's involved with, and I never remember the name of it, because he does write songs with the guy from Theory of a Dead Man, and it starts with a D, I think, and I can't remember, but they all sound the same because Kroger's involved in all three bands.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they hate him so much. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably produces them all, right?
Yeah.
He's got lots of money, that dude.
I think so.
Big made some Quan. Hot Heat.
Hot Heat.
I love them.
I remember the one tune they had out there.
Yeah, but they have a couple good ones. 3 Days Grace. Have you mentioned them?
Yep.
Yeah, man. There's just a lot. There's a lot. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
It's amazing. We have to start supporting our talent, like especially the up and coming talent too. We need to get them to the point where they can be international because they're such talented people. Like sitting here talking to Amanda, sitting here talking to Nick and to Trevor. It's like these are talented people.
Oh yeah.
That need to be heard by a lot more people than just our country.
I agree.
You know?
And that's what I think honestly that's what our podcast is.
Yep. We need to get them out there.
We're gonna bring them to you and you're gonna hear about them and hear about their life and then this is sort of like us going back to our roots because this is what we started with.
Yep.
And we appreciate everybody kind of following along and enjoying it. And again, if you have any comments or you want any questions that should be asked to any artists that we bring on, you're always welcome to send us a DM on Instagram or Facebook. And then we're going to get our YouTube channel kind of rocking here soon.
We encourage the feedback because we want it. We want to know more. We want to be able to. And if you got somebody you think that you want us to talk to, and they're local, we'll try.
Yeah.
It's great with Instagram that you just, send them hey guys, I really like your stuff. Yeah. And you kind of start a dialogue and see if we can get them in.
For sure. And
I did that.
Yeah, I would love that. If somebody would DM us a band that they love or they're in or they're,
I actually did that with another band that's, there's a band called Winter that the boys from Sunday Riot Club love. And they're going to be coming on the show soon. And they're fun guys. Sunday Riot Club.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I met two of them when I went to see Isabel. The two boys were going to Winter was having a CD release party at Maverick, the place above Mavericks, Cafe de Cuff. Is that what it's called? Anyway,
yes,
so it's like, yeah, man. And I wanted to go, but then I had a little bit too much of the sun that weekend, so I wasn't feeling well. But they're a kind of a hard rocking band too. I think we'd like
too much sun.
Yeah, too much.
Too many Coronas.
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago. Not now.
No, me neither.
But no, I was at the that festival all day, and it was just like I was drained. But Isabel was awesome, and she's going to be coming on the show soon too. So another good Canadian.
Is she next week?
No, isn't it Kim St. Pierre next week?
Yeah,
and then Isabel.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're so stoked.
Yeah, and it's fun because we're learning more, and then we get more people in, and whatever bit we can do to help these artists, if they need our help. I mean, we're not.
Well, no, this is just another platform for them.
Yep.
And that's all we want to provide.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal that we get to talk to these amazing artists. And really, we didn't expect this.
Nope.
So it's pretty good.
This is not where we started, but I'm glad this is the direction we're going in for sure.
For sure, brother. I appreciate you, man.
You too.
Okay, guys. So have a great week. And we'll get Rebecca on here. And,
as soon as we can, yep.
Yeah. And, keep listening. And then, of course, keep interacting with us, too.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Okay, peace through music.